Hey man, what's good with y'all, man? Back at it again. We on World is Mine. Today we got a big producer in the underground, man. We got Prod.By Sossa, aka Sosa in the building, man. What's up?
It's good, bro.
Chilling. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I woke up a little late start, but we here, so
For sure, man. You be making beats this morning, or you just be chilling?
not yet. Right after this call, I got some shit lined up. I'm gonna hop on a call with some people. We gonna chop it up. So
Feel you work often? Let's say you wake up and you get straight to it, like make beats, or you like to let your inspiration flow before.
it kind of depends. I feel like I'll wake up sometimes and like maybe I'll have an idea, maybe I'll just be like, most of the time I just gotta tell myself, like, hey, you gotta get in there and make beats today. Like hop up, stop being lazy, like just get in there. So most of the time I wake up, I get straight to it. If not, I might go do some shit. Like feel like you gotta get out of the house, you know what I'm saying? So I'll go do some shit and then I'll come back and I'll grind that shit out. Like I'll just be on here way too much, bro.
So for the people that may not have heard of you yet, like can you give them a little background and tell them like your work, your past work, so people can get a picture of you?
Yeah, I done worked with a lot of people, bro. I feel like I definitely work with more of the underground. So, people might not have really heard of my shit all that much, but I got songs out with like Slime Cedo, Ron So Cold, Tony Snow, 10K Duncan, trying to think, Slime Dollars. I got songs out with a lot of the underground. I got some like my very first song that I got was with Rob Vicious of Shoreline Mafia, which I know they're not a thing no more, but that was my very first placement. Like I feel like I got random songs like that out here, and then most of the other shit is just like underground, bro. I've been really trying to like you know come up in that sense.
And how long you be making beats?
Probably like 4 years for you. I think it's coming up on four. So I started out on a MacBook. I had Logic. I was trash. I'm sure everyone around me was like, bro, please stop making beats. I just kept on going. So I ended up I went from that. I forgot what I did. I sold that computer or something, got a Windows, found fucking FL. I never looked back. Still be using that shit.
Yeah. And when you say 4 year, was it like you calling yourself a producer for 4 years, or it's 4 years ago that you first got into beats?
It's like 4 years ago I really got in it. Like I'm telling you, bro. I remember I forgot what it, bro. So like I just remember being at the crib. Everyone was always trying to rap, bro. All these motherfuckers wanted to spit. And I was just sitting there like, that's all I was thinking the whole time they was doing that was like, damn, they just be surfing YouTube. Like, damn, this beat kind of hard. And this beat trash. I'm like, man, I'm about to start. If y'all gonna be spitting like that, I'm gonna start making the beats. I'm telling you, bro. I was hurting their ears back then, bro. I was just making some bullshit. I already know. I was in there vibing. They said turn that shit off. But shit, I probably been taking it serious for like 2 years for real. Like I said, that Rob Vicious song,
Mhm.
that was the first time I ever sent beats out to anybody. And I just had a fat ass email list. And I literally like, bro, I just remember my beats were not even good enough to like send out back then, I promise. Like I had like 3 beats that people got on from back then that shit still blows my mind. But I remember I got an email list. I spent like 2 hours, bro. I sent a pack of beats to every email on that list. And then out of nowhere, bro, Rob Vicious DM'd me on Instagram and was just like, hey, we got one. And he literally sent me a fucking picture of the shit. And I just remember being at work like this shit crazy. I'm about to quit my job right now. Like we really doing this shit. Like I was hyped, bro. But after that, that's whenever I really started like, okay, like that shit fucking really happened. Like obviously that can be a thing, you know what I'm saying? So I really started buckling down, sending beats out, trying to lock in with artists. So
Yeah. And just so we know, like, if we can look for the song, the name is still Sosa.
Prod.By Sosa. I literally, bro, it's one of those things. I just remember at the very beginning, the same shit. Like I was thinking, man, what should I like? I was always making beats, but I didn't have a producer tag. Like, what should I, you know, what should I name myself? What should I do? My real name is Sam. So I asked all my friends, I said, hey, bro, like, give me a, throw me a name. Like, what should I use?
Mhm.
Every person I talked to, they said Sosa. And I'm like, man, that shit corny, bro. Like, and then of course, like I just made a bullshit tag, made a bullshit like Instagram, whatever, just like as something to start. And then like shit like that, I just started getting songs. So I'm like, fuck, like I can't even change that shit if I want to, bro. Like I got too much shit on the way. So yeah, Prod.By Sosa. Uh, this next shit I'm dropping. I'm trying to get more shit on like Apple Music and Spotify and all that shit. Right now,
Mhm.
most of my shit's on SoundCloud. So I mean, all the artists they'll drop all platforms, all my songs. I gotta start doing that shit more for real.
I feel like in the most like recent year, producers start moving like artists way more, and I feel like that shit great.
Yeah, shit, cool. It's like a whole different way of doing stuff, especially with the producer tapes and stuff. Like I remember there was not a lot of people. I mean, people probably are always did that shit, but like I just remember there wasn't a lot of people doing that shit. Like you know what I mean, actually locking in with artists and trying to build something. So it is cool how much shit's changed in that sense.
So to kind of go back, like, can you tell the people your background, actually, like where you from?
I'm from Kansas City, bro, and there ain't shit here. I'm gonna tell you that, bro. I literally, I've still to this day, bro. I've never been to a studio like ever, never even set foot in one. I'll be having people hit me up. I probably know like 3 or 4 people here that produce that got some good shit going for them.
Hmm.
Last time, dude hit me up to go to the studio, bro. I got COVID. That shit was like 6 months ago or something. So that was the only time I was supposed to go. Never did. Other than that, bro, it's just been in the room cooking shit, like just making beats all the time. But like I said, bro, that's one thing. I've always debated kind of moving or even like taking a vacation or something, going out.
Hmm.
Cause I know people in a lot of spots, like they'll be like, hey, pull up. And I'm like, dog, I'm in Kansas City. Like I can't just pull up to LA like that right now. Like it just be some shit like that. But shit, that's the worst thing about it, bro. There ain't shit here. But
Yeah, but I feel like it's a good thing because it's kind of like force you to like stay at home. Well, not
yeah,
necessarily stay at home, but like, hey, and shit else to do but work, so I can get
exactly.
out.
Nah, facts. And it is cool because it's one of those things like, all right, no one's from here. Or we got a couple people, but it's like it's nothing crazy. So it's like, man, I'm trying to make a wave, trying to really come up over here. Like there ain't shit. So even if I can lock in, build, whatever, like I'm really trying to make a wave out here, but shit is crazy.
And do you come from a musical background?
Not at all, bro. I remember I think they put me in band in like fifth grade or something. Like I was young. And I remember that's the only class I got an F in, bro, because I never brought my instrument. Like I would just fucking I was not for me. But that was some bullshit. Like I remember walking in the first day telling them like they said, hey, like what instrument you want to play? I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play the guitar. They looked at me so crazy, like, bro, there ain't no guitar in this shit. Like you pick something else. Like I remember all that shit. So but nah, I definitely was self-taught. Like right now, I was taking piano lessons like probably for maybe like 6 months or a year, but I ended up stopping doing that shit because it was stupid pricey and like I shit really wasn't like I was trying to tell the dude like, hey, I'm really just trying to like I want to know some music theory. Like I pretty much know what to do and that's like on the computer type shit, you know. But if you set me in front of a keyboard, that's different. So I was trying to learn all that shit. This man had me learning like sheet music and stuff, and I was like, "You just wasting my time, bro. Like I ain't never gonna read this shit." So maybe I'm tripping, but that shit was stupid pricey, and I ain't really learned shit. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna just go back to teaching myself."
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like a lot of like piano teacher, well, music teacher in general, they don't consider the fact that now people do music on their computer. So they trying to like teach the old ways and shit.
Yeah.
But like now there's way easier way to learn, but it's like they stuck in the past and shit.
Mhm. Facts. I was trying to tell him that. He even asked me, he's like, "What do you do?" And I told him I was like, "Shit, I'm a producer. Like I just make beats for artists type shit." And he was kept telling me like, "What do you want to know?" Kept telling him like, "Hey, I'm trying to learn like some chords. I'm trying to learn music theory. So the scales type shit, like pretty basic stuff just so I could be on the keys. That's one thing, bro. I'm not trying to pull up to the studio and like someone talking about, hey, bro, go play some shit over there. And I'm out here not knowing what the hell I'm doing. So I am trying to learn that shit. But like you said, bro, I feel like they're just stuck in their ways.
Was there music around when you was young, like playing music around you that inspired you?
Yeah, my mom's dad, he was crazy on the guitar. That's why I was like, I'm trying like that was the reason I was like, I'm gonna play the guitar. This man could hear a song for like a minute, bro. And now I looked that shit up, whatever, and he could just start playing that shit on guitar. Like he just had that fucking like sense to him. You know what I mean? He was solid with it. So I was thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do the same shit. So, but other than that, bro, I feel like I don't know. It's crazy because I didn't even like all my friends listen to like rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, like growing up. So I was definitely around that. But other than that, my family was like, "What the hell are you listening to?" type shit, and I'm like, man, like whatever. So I wouldn't necessarily say like I grew up with hella music around me. I feel like once I found it for myself, I just stuck with it. You know what I mean? Like I really just kind of tried to take that shit all the way, and I'm still here trying that shit. So
And was there? It was like hip hop.
I listen to hella Mac Miller. I just listen to all the old shit too. Like I can't even remember whenever that was, but you got Drake, Young Dolph, Key Glock,
Yeah, yeah.
like Memphis, whatever, Atlanta. Like I really just listened to all that shit growing up. So I feel like that's why I told you whenever I first started, I was like, man, this is the type of shit I'm trying to do. Like I was trying to make all those beats. And then I just learned like I had a few of them hit, like get placed or like artists on. And I was like, man, I locked in with so many like big artists like that it was just like oversaturated almost. Like, you know what I mean? It's cool. Cause don't get me wrong, I still be sending them beats trying to get some shit, but it's like I don't know. I'll be trying to make like my own wave because I feel like people say that shit like you'll hear a type of music for a year, 2 years, and then that shit'll kind of maybe die. Something else will come up. So
Mm,
it's cool though. I mean, I definitely listen to a little bit of everything. So
yeah, yeah. I understand. I feel like every genre of music it's attached to like a certain group of artists, but once
yeah,
they move on the style die with so everybody
exactly.
that was trying to follow they die with it if they don't move on and shit.
Yeah, that's how it is, bro. You get a lot of these like not underground artists, but you get these smaller artists always trying to, they'll be like, hey, let me get this type of beat or let me get this. And it's like, that shit, it's just a lot of like not copycats, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell where they're getting that shit from or what they're trying to do. And you're just like, man, like if I'm gonna do that, I'm trying to lock in with the real one. Like, I don't know. That's what gets me, bro. People ask for shit like that. They'll be like, I done had crazy stuff, bro. I done been asked for Michael Jackson type beats, some Tupac type beats, like whatever. That shit don't even bother me, but it's like, man, you listen to my music and you see what kind of stuff I make. Like if you want that type of beat, go find the man making that shit. Like I usually don't got no problem. I'll sit there and chef something up, but it's like that's what gets me, bro. They'll come at me talking about I want this type of producer type beat. Like go talk to that producer, bro. Like he gonna have exactly what you want. I could make that shit, but that's really him doing that, and like I'm really doing this. So it's like that.
They be going up to you to ask you to make another producer type beat.
I've had that, bro. It's like it'll be bigger producers, but it's like, hey, make me a Pyrex Whip It type beat, and it's like, bro, just go hit Pyre. Like there's a million of them bitches on YouTube, whatever. Like I don't even mind because I have shit like that, but it's just like I'm not about to do that. And that was the crazy shit, bro. People be asking for Michael Jackson type or some like pop songs or something. I'm like, I don't make that shit, bro. Like, I mean, I'm sure I could, but that's just not me.
Do you still feel like you will expand or you want to expand into
Oh
another
yeah.
genre?
I try different like stuff all the time. Like I feel like lately I started doing like trying to do more R&B type shit or like like I don't know. I just really try everything. I don't got a problem with like expanding my own sound, but it's like that. I want to do that shit on my own terms. I'm not trying to, someone just tell me, hey, I'm trying to get on some EDM shit, and it's like I never made that shit in my life. Like I'm not really, I'm not about to just try to do that shit for like 2 hours so you can hop on that shit. Like you probably won't even like it whenever I get done with it. So you just never know, bro.
The lane that you're in, like in the underground and shit, there's a lot of producer, but there's only like a few of them that we may like hear their name or that get
For
beat
sure.
placement and shit.
Mm.
What do you feel like make people or artists fuck with your shit?
I don't know, bro. I feel like you got to keep it simple because it's like I'll be in the group chats all the time, like just with other producers that I fuck with, and at all of them, like, yo, how the fuck did you get this man's shit? Like, how do you get his email? Then I'll look at the shit they're sending. They send in a paragraph this long talking about I'm this old from here. This the type of shit I do. I'm trying to work with you. Like, but I get those messages all the time, and like I'll be nice about it, but it's like it's simple, bro. The only time I'll hit an artist on Instagram, all I say is let's work. That's it. They either hit me back or they don't. And I done had hella people not hit me back. But I done had hella people hit me back. If you keep it that simple, bro, then you just have to execute. As soon as you get the phone number, as soon as you get the email, you slide beats in their style or like some fire. That's it. That's it. You locked in. You send them a trash pack. Like if you was trying to send beats to Trippy Red, bro, and you send this man some fucking like Gunna shit or whatever, like just something random, like that's not his shit. Like he ain't about to get on. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like, all right, you either don't listen to my music or like, what the fuck are you sending? But if you hit fucking whoever, you hit Trippy Red and send him some Trippy Red ass beats, then bitches is knocking, like he's probably gonna keep fucking with you. So I feel like I had to learn the hard way because I was definitely the person getting hella emails and just sending them random ass beats, and they're probably like, what the fuck? Like these things are trash,
Hmm.
like all this shit. So I feel like it was just a learning experience. Like I didn't fucked up hella opportunities with artists doing all that shit. So now I'm like, I know if I hit an artist up, like don't hit an artist up unless you're ready right then and there to execute. Because that man might not hit you back, but if he does, you got to have that shit right then and there. And when he puts that, if he plays that shit got to be exactly what he wants, and you locked in. If it's not, and they're probably you gonna ask him if you could send another pack, and that shit he gonna be like, even if he tells you yes, like he might not even listen to them shits, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. And you personally, how did you get into like the underground scene? Just by as being a listener before being a
Yeah,
producer.
for sure. I feel like I've been in this like since I got that first Rap Bitches placement, and like just the first couple, I feel like I was really trying to push the shit of like just hitting mainstream ass artists, whatever, like just trying to get it to the biggest artists. And then it was like, fuck, like once that shit happened for the first time in my head, I was like, oh, this like I'm gonna just keep sending hella emails out and I'm gonna keep getting songs. Like, nah, bro, you could send emails out every day of your life to 5,000 emails. You might not get a song back for a year. Like, you never know. Someone might hop on every beat. Like, you really don't know.
Hmm.
But shit, I just remember getting all those. I was really trying to like get bigger artists on my shit. Shit wasn't really like going like that. And that's whenever I was like, I had known a bunch of producers just on like Twitter and Instagram. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, who are y'all locked in with? Started sending me songs. And that's whenever I started hearing like all of them, like Tony Snow, 10K Duncan, fucking Slime Dollars, like all these people. And I was like, damn, like this shit hard. Like, I mean, you already had all the fucking Mexico Dro, like Polo Boy Shawty songs, like all these dudes that are
Hmm.
killing it. So you're hearing these bitches like, damn, like this shit really crazy. And that's all I was thinking was like, I'm trying to make some shit like that. Like I'm really trying to lock in with these underground people like that aren't fucking mainstream as hell. Like it's a little more like you could probably get to them before you're gonna get to the dude with a million followers, you know? And
Yeah.
that shit could still happen too, but it's like, you know, you could hit any of these artists in the Instagram DMs and they're probably gonna respond. You hit someone that's on the fucking charts every week, probably ain't gonna get a message back. I feel like it's been the same. And like I said, I had to learn the hard way because I used to be the dude. I was never that bad. Like I never in my life was like, I'm 20 years old from Kansas City. I make this type of beat. Like I was never like that. I
I
feel
do
like
that shit, no cap.
really, bro. I always was like, to me, I was like, that's corny. Like no one wants to hear that. But hey, everyone got to start somewhere. But that's where it's like, I really just started locking in. I feel like I was making beats and I'd be like, all right, I'm trying to work with you. And I'd literally hit somebody and be like, either like, hey, let me send some packs, or like, yo, I need the email, or like, let's work. Like I always kept it super simple and that shit worked. Like, I don't know. Do you know who OMB Peasy is?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this shit. I don't know if you can see that. That's how simple it is. It might not. If you can't see it, regardless, I said, let's get some in. Bro tapped in with his phone number, like immediately. Like I just kept it super fucking simple. I think right now he only follows 300 people. He still follows me. Like I'd be sending beats. That's the thing though. I didn't send him hella beats. I don't know if he got on some shit or not because I don't really make beats like that. Like that was just a shot in the dark. I don't even know when that was. Like that was fucking. That was in 2020. And I still got his phone number. I still send him packs, but it's like, man, it's shit like that. Like, no one probably thinks that you could just hit an artist up like that and no respond. Bro slid me his phone number immediately. Like, we had one message each, and I got his shit. It really don't got to be as hard as people make it. You sit there, like, yeah, you could give a life story, like, but most people, bro, if you're trying to send beats, they just want some hard ass beats.
Yeah, facts. And you, like, as being a producer, you never thought about rapping yourself because you said your friend was freestyling and you was just sitting back.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was freestyling too. It was just probably some trash, and that's cool. I don't even care. I thought about it. I feel like that's one of the things when I first started. I was like, damn, like I'm about to just start rapping, like everyone there, because you know how your friends hype you up. That shit can be garbage. They talking about, hey, bro, you can really do this shit. Like I was sitting there thinking, like, oh yeah, y'all right. Like I'm gonna really get to it. Like, nah, my shit was trash. So I'll make some songs every now and again. Just like if I get that bored, I'll make a beat. I'll put something down, but ain't none of that shit ever coming out. I'm gonna tell you that. Unless I just out of nowhere get nice as hell, I just be doing that shit for myself.
You said like your friend was hyping you up and shit, but or what made you realize, oh shit, I'm really talented with this shit?
I feel like I said, bro, I know my friends was sitting there fucking with some trying to put some earplugs in. Like I still will go back and look at my first beats, like, yo, what was I doing, bro? Like I really thought this shit. I know myself. I was back there talking about, bro, this shit fucking hella hard, and they're probably like, hey, bro, turn that shit off, like whatever. But I feel like I said, that first time I really sent hella emails out and I got that Rob Vicious song back, that's when it clicked. And I was like, damn, like I could really do this shit. Like that shit was so random. But I remember getting on Instagram and I had never even talked to an artist on Instagram before. Like, and just had a fucking, it said Rob Vicious like sent you a message or something. And I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like whatever, like damn, open my shit, verified account, like 200K. Bro's part of Shoreline Mafia. They're all posting that bitch on their stories. I'm like, damn, like then I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, I'm really locked in. Like I tapped back in with him. I ended up, so there was another producer on that beat. Like I think I made the melody and he did the drums. So it was like I got him that placement. And then I actually offered that shit. I got them locked in and they've made like 5 more songs or some shit. Like, and I feel like I've definitely done that a lot. Like I try not to use loops or melodies like too much now. And it's not because like I hate that shit or don't fuck with people. It's just more on like trying to perfect your own sound, you know, sitting down and actually coming up with something. But I've gotten hella people placements, bro. Like most of the songs that I've dropped or whatever, like I always like have tried to do that. Like even right now, bro, this producer I'm locked in, Damn Kid is his name. I just got him one with 10K Duncan yesterday. Like, and he was fucking hype, bro. He's ready for that shit. Like, I just really I fuck with that because I feel like it hasn't happened to me too much, maybe like once or twice. But when you lock in with somebody, you make some shit with them, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we got this shit." Like, that's just nice. You're like, "Damn, like I'm gonna keep fucking with you." Like, y'all both trying to eat together. But I got too many people where it's like hit me up trying to work, and then they just expect me like, "Hey, bro, send this to him or send this shit." It's like, man, like I'm gonna send this shit out for sure, but it's like, it's like they just want the fucking song, so they're like, "Hey, let's do this." Like,
They trying to get you middleman.
exactly. They don't care about. That's the thing. It's like all that shit. I have people all the time talking about, "Hey, bro, send this shit to Cito," or like, "Let's make some shit for this dude," and I'm like, man, like that ain't how that shit works. Like, if you want to make some beats, let's make some beats, and if something's hard, ain't no fucking question in my mind. I'm gonna send that shit right to him. Like, every time I finish a beat, if I'm like, this shit hard, I go to him. I just text it to him right then and there. Like, hey, bro, you got to get on this shit or something. Like, but it's people like that, bro. They really be in, and I get it because I feel like that's just how the shit works. But it's like, man, I'm not about to. I can't just get a song for everybody, you know. Like, you can't just tell me, hey, bro, let's get one with him. Like, I can't make them get on the beat. I just, if that shit's fire, maybe they'll get on it. Like,
Yeah, because once you say yes once, it's like now the next
1,000
one will be like,
times.
oh, Sosa say yes for that. Oh, let me,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying?
Even then, bro, I done got some producers like they'll be like, "Hey, I got some melodies. Like it sounds like this, whatever." I've gotten producers placements like not like that, but it's like, "Hey, bro, I got this one with him," and it's instead of them being like, "Oh, bro, that's fucking crazy," they're like, "Damn, bro, like cool. Do you think you could send this to him?" And I'm like, nah, bro, I just got you this song. Like now you already trying to get me to do this. Like, man, like I don't know.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that, like, even this morning. I want to know your opinion on this, but producers should start signing other producers. Probably already happening, but like, you know how
Oh,
artists be having artists under them and shit?
mm-hmm.
Producers should start doing this shit.
Oh, that shit happen all the time, bro. I actually was signed to another producer last year. So, and it was cool. That man, his name's Sonny Laurent on Twitter, bro. Everyone got beef with this man, I swear. But he got some big songs. He produced, I think, YNW Melly's like first big song and
Mm-hmm.
like some shit with Code. Like he's got hella big songs out there. I was signed to him for a little bit and it was cool. Like I left on good terms. It was just like he was always really good at handling like paperwork and making sure you get paid. Like he don't care, bro. It could be the biggest artist in the world, and he's sitting there with lawyers, like making sure they know, like, hey, y'all gonna throw this man 10K, like, or take the fucking beat down. Like he was good at that. So and he still is, bro. He be doing marketing. It's cool. I think it depends because
Mm-hmm.
I signed a deal. It wasn't even like a deal. It was just like publishing and shit.
Oh,
And it was more on the sense of like I don't know. Even the contract was like, whenever you want to terminate, you just we can handle that shit. So I just told him, it's like, hey, bro, like I think after this shit, because he even asked, he's like, if y'all want to renew contracts, let me know. If not, like, let me know. It's like, yeah, I'm cool. So I ain't been signed to him for a little bit, but I think it can be good. You definitely just have to pay attention, bro. Like, definitely read your shit. Make sure you're not getting fucked over. It's just like any contract for real.
yeah.
So,
You say you be doing beats for 4 years. How could you rank your progression? Because you say at first you was trash, but I guess like you
bro,
started getting good after like 2, 3 years and shit. Well, last
yeah,
year. But what's like the main change that you see throughout those years?
I think a big part of it was just like actually starting to learn like music theory in the sense. Like, I still don't know everything, but learning pretty much just how to fucking work FL better. Like, I got my levels down. I got all this shit down to like a fucking method now. Like I know if I hop on here and I do this shit gonna sound good. And like there might be days still where it's like you hop on there for like 30, 40 minutes, hour. You might not come up with shit sometimes. Like nowadays that shit don't happen too often, but beat block is real. Like everyone, you know what I mean? Like you get on there and try to put some shit down and it just ain't sounding good that day. Just
Yeah,
pack your shit up, try again tomorrow. Or just sit there and you know, try to grind that shit out. But I feel like the big thing with me is once I learned how to level my shit and actually make that shit not like that helped a lot because my some of my old beats used to be like hella low or like the bass or the clap would be way too high. Like, and you don't really got to mix that shit perfect because you're probably gonna send the stems out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the rough mix down to where that bitch like is hitting damn near perfect. So I feel like if you just turn one of the beats on now, it's like everything's smooth. You know, a lot of my shit back in the day was just everywhere. Shit wasn't arranged right. Shit was hitting weird. Like claps are blowing your eardrums out. Like just a bunch of stuff like that. So once I learned like my levels and kind of how to arrange everything for an artist, like all that, that really helped. You know, I really started getting a lot more songs.
Yeah. And do you work with people that's around you, like in real life? Because you say Kansas is kind of dry.
Ain't nothing, bro. And I mean, I say there's nothing here. I know a few producers out here. I know we got some artists, but it's like I've never been to a studio, like I said. I've never had somebody besides my friends just bullshitting. Like, I got the mic, I got everything. They'll come over here and bullshit, but I've never like linked with nobody in real life yet, and I'm trying to.
Plan on doing that?
Oh yeah, I feel like that's one thing I want to get. Like, I want to start learning how to engineer better. So once I start doing stuff like that, I can just do everything. If I'm locked in with just the artists, I can make the beats. I can pull up Pro Tools, engineer them, like whatever they need, just trying to do everything, you know?
What is your best work so far? Like
My
you
best
got a
work.
lot of song, but I guess got like a favorite song. I mean, it's maybe not like the most played song, but you look at
Yeah.
the beat and be like,
Shit.
damn, that's me.
I don't know, bro. It's crazy because I was listening to like, I don't know. Like I was listening to my whole shit the other day. Like I was in the car just driving hella and I was listening to like all my shit and I was just like, damn, like I really did come a long way because I promise you, bro, I play some beats right now that you're like, bro, what the fuck is that? And it's like now, at least my shit coherent. But I don't know, bro. I got so much unreleased stuff that it's just like I listen to those songs all the time. Like I love all the shit I have out. Don't get me wrong. Like the shit with 10K Duncan, that's the biggest one on my page. I really fuck with that beat. That was one where I made that beat and I like literally sent it to him immediately. I was like, yo, this shit crazy. Bro sent me a song back in like a week. I didn't even think he was gonna use it because he ain't hit me back. Sent me a song after like a week. The shit with Slime Dollars. I remember boy sent me an open and then he got locked up. And then I hit Cedo and I was like, yo, like, I don't know if you even fucking care or fuck with it. Cause they have a couple songs from way back in the day. And I was like, hey, like, I got this open if you're trying to get on it. And I sent it to him. Bro sent me that shit back. I put it on the tape and then he was telling me, like, hey, bro, I'm about to put that shit on my tape. Like, I was like, damn, I already dropped that bitch. Like, my bad, bro. Whatever. But
Which one are you talking about? The intro of like Sosa One?
so I think it's like the second or third song. It's Slime Cedo and Slime Dollars. Let me look the
I
fucking
think it's
shit
the
up.
first one.
Yeah, that is the first one set. Now that shit's cool. And now I'm locked in with Cedo like heavy. He's got a new album coming out called Vita Brazy. And I got like 6 songs, but I'm just hoping one of them's on the shit. Cause I even asked him the other day, I'm like, yo, we got one on there. And he's like, bro, it's a 50-50 shot if that shit get thrown on there. And I'm like, man, I'm just hoping. So, but I got hella music on the way with him. I got a song with him and Warhol's dropping. I just hit Warhol's like 2 days ago, and he said he was about to drop that shit. So, but I just got crazy shit lined up from nowhere, bro. I remember that song. I had like tapped in with the engineer. And they were just like, "Hey, send me beats, send me beats." And I actually sent a pack for like Zelly Ocho, and it was just Rams. I sent him a bunch of Rage shit because that's what he's doing. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna send him like some of my like own shit, just as like, and maybe he's trying to do something different, whatever, trying to get him on some of my shit. And then like a week later, they were like, hey, we got Cedo and Warhols on this shit. And I was like, damn, shit's crazy, bro. I didn't even ever expect them to make a song for real. So
You feel like it was really during COVID that your career started really building faster?
Yeah, I feel like what really helped, bro, because like I said, I had most of those songs forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like those Chapo songs, I done had hella long. The 10K shit, Tony Snow. Like I was sitting on all those songs for like over a year. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna throw a tape together. I feel like once I dropped that tape,
Mm-hmm.
everyone just started fucking with me. Like even now, bro, I posted on my story like I said, like, hey, I'm working on Sosa World 2 right now. Everyone talking about let me get on there, let me get on there. I done had people try to pay me to get on there. I done Everyone's trying to send me. I'll send a pack of 4 beats to somebody and they'll send me 4 songs back, just like, hey, bro, throw one of those on there. Like, I feel like everyone saw that shit and they really were like, all right, he's really doing shit. Like, he, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. They saw that shit and they went crazy. So even right now, I feel like COVID probably helped just because it was like, all right, you ain't got shit else to do, bro. Lock in, like, really make this shit. So I
Yeah.
think that definitely helped.
If you look like Sosa World 1, the album is serious.
Hey, bro, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Like they seen the first one and they were like, okay, like we gonna wait if he keep going up, like, cause
Yeah.
like sometimes you see someone do some crazy shit, but you be
Mhm.
like, is it gonna like be consistent?
Yeah.
Now they
And,
seen like Sosa World 2, okay, I gotta tap in.
and that's kind of what happened because after that, it's like I just started going more and more crazy. So
Mm.
after that, it's like I started dropping songs. I'll post like, I don't post like snippets of my unreleased shit, but I'll post this shit like, hey, this shit's real. Like I really got this shit on the way. So people, people see that and they really fuck with me. So
What would you tell a producer if you're trying to get big placement or just get his name out there?
like I said, bro, just make sure whoever you're talking to, like, don't go listen to like everything, like the biggest songs. Like, yeah, that's like probably good because you know what they're gonna get on, what they do well on. Go listen to their latest shit, bro. The last like 10 songs they dropped. Go listen to that shit, see what lane they're in, see what they're doing, and send them some shit in that. Like, you can send them, they got big ass songs. You can send them some shit like that. That'll probably get by. But listen to what they're really doing, bro. I feel like nobody takes the time to actually realize, like, okay, he's trying to do this. Like, let me tap in and really work with that. Like, they're just like, oh, I remember that one song from 5 years ago that was popping. Like, I'm gonna send him some shit like that, and he probably heard 10,000 beats like that. Like, as soon as that song hit, everyone said, I'm making that shit. Like, but that shit could work too. It's just like keep it simple. Try not to make like you gotta leave space for the artists on your beats. I learned that shit the hard way too, because I would make some shit with some crazy ass drums. There just was no room for nobody to rap on it. Like now, I feel like you just gotta like keep pockets in your shit. Like really fucking and that's what you said, like you rap, like nah, but shit, if you make a beat, if you can spit on it, or like even if you could think of something like, oh, this flow would go good, like someone could get on it. If you make a beat and you can't even catch a flow on it, or whatever, your friend in the back can't catch a flow on it, like ain't nobody even be able to rap on that shit, bro. Like it might happen, but you really gotta execute. So
And I really wanna like put emphasis on the gem that you said. You people might say that it's trash or maybe like, oh shit, that's not even his style. But there's
yeah,
a reason why he tried that. Maybe he
yeah,
fuck with it.
exactly.
He's trying to get into it.
Exactly. That's the main thing, bro. It's like I said, just going and treating that because people will DM like 20 artists a day and they're just hoping for that one response. And then they might only know 2 songs from that man, or they might not even know a song from that man. I'll tell you what, whenever I sent Rob Vicious that pack, I didn't even know who that was. Like I got so lucky, and that's what started it. Like I literally sent a random ass email. Bro sent me a DM and getting on it, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like, shit was hard. Like, but shit, and that was the same shit. Like, I've probably made like 5 West Coast ass beats in my life, like some fucking shoreline type shit. That beat was not West Coast at all. That was just a hard ass beat, and bro hopped on it. So it's like you never know what people gonna get on, but you got to do your research, bro. You go in blind or send them some shit like random. They probably, and especially because as soon as that shit hits their email and it's some bullshit, they probably just gonna block your email, bro. So no more packs are coming through. Like they don't want to hear that shit, bro. You send them a hard ass pack, they gonna star that shit and they gonna keep you in the loop. Like,
Yeah. And do you have a favorite genre of music to make? Cause you say you focus on the lane, but do you
yeah,
do drill, for example?
never made a drill beat in my life, which is crazy. I feel like right now, I feel like I fuck with it. Like I listen to some of the music, but it's like that. I've never made a drill beat in my life. I think I've only made like two rage beats, and that was because I was tapped in with Zelly Ocho. So I was trying to get shit to him. Like I really just I've really been locked in on this plug shit and then like kind of trying to make my own style out of it type shit. Like I even know on that last tape, it was mainly plug, but I still had some songs on there like that I made sure were just like either some hard shit or whatever to where like you almost get a break. Like I feel like everyone is doing plug, everyone's dropping whole albums of plug, which is cool. I feel like this one will be more like that. But it's like I was really trying to be like, okay, here's a plug, hard ass plug song. Here's just some hard shit. Like here's some mellow shit. Like I was really trying to give you like to yeah to where every song you hear you're like damn he made this shit like now we doing this shit like it wasn't like the same beat over and over again, you know, or like the same shit. It was like you don't know what you're gonna hear next type shit. So
And on the daily, what type of music do you listen? Do you listen to like instrumental?
not for real. I feel like I listen to a lot of plug music, to be honest. Like I listen to a lot of the underground. So I have my mainstream shit on my phone like Apple Music, but for the most part, bro, I just be listening to like either some old ass bangers, like just some underground shit for real. But right now, shit, I've been listening to like a lot of the main people I work with, like Tony Snow, 10K, fucking ATL Smooth, like Cedo, like I don't know. I really and that's another thing. I just been really dialed in because it's the same thing. Like hearing all the new shit that they're doing and trying to, you know, not really necessarily copy that shit, but try to make my own shit like right in that lane. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like, cause they change their shit all the time. Like, they might want to try something new too, and shit, that shit could blow. You never know, bro. They really say it takes one song to blow up. You never know.
Doesn't mess your inspiration. Obviously, you're gonna listen to other producer, but sometimes you might want to be like, okay, I'm only listening to Sosa shit because that's me, and I don't want to like get outside. And
Oh, for sure. I mean, my thing is like I said, most of these producers that like are on these songs, like I'll do the same shit. I'll hit them up talking about, hey, bro, let's work. Like, let's get some beats in. I'll either send them some melodies, they'll send me some melodies, and like we'll end up getting a song. Like, I might not, because I try not to do that to where like I'll listen to something and be like, all right, I'm gonna make that shit. Like, but it'll be more on like, damn, this is fire. The artist is fire. The producer's fire. I'm gonna try to work with both of them. Like I'm gonna just try to get some melodies to him or have him send me some shit, and then I'm gonna chop it up. And I feel like that's where I was telling you about getting locked in. Like you hear a song that you fuck with, hit the producer, send them melodies, or they send you melodies, and you chop that shit up, make it hard, and like you get somebody on that song, they're gonna fuck with you that much more because they know you're not just that shit ain't just gonna sit on your computer. They're like, this man's really out here fucking getting songs. Like
mm,
I made that shit yesterday and he got this shit today. Like I'm gonna send him some more shit. Or I'm gonna lock in with him, and they might do the same back. Like you really never know who's got connections out here. Like some people be bullshitting, but if you lock in, bro, that shit, it's like that engineer, bro. Bro send me that he got that song with Cedo and Warhol coming out, and it's like I sent that beat for somebody else, and then this
mm.
shit happened. Like you really never know with this shit.
And that's crazy because all that shit happened virtually. Like you said, you
Mm-hmm.
never been to a studio.
Bro, it is crazy because it's like that's what it is, bro. Just networking. If just imagine that though, like if I was really locked in real life with these people, how much more music there'd be? Because I'm doing all this shit over a phone. Like that's all it is. Like, hey, let's get it. Like tap in with me. Or if I see him in this, that's the thing, bro. You see him in the studio, right there. Start sliding. Like, I'll slide like one pack of 4 beats, and if they either hit those, like use some, or they'll be like, hey, send more, like whatever. If they don't hit it back or nothing happens, go about my shit. Next time I see them in the studio, same shit. Pack the 4 beats. If they fuck with it, I send more. If they don't, oh well. Like, but yeah, shit is crazy, bro. Everything's been virtual so far.
You feel like it's easier, well, since you never was into like the building and real life phase yet, but do you feel like it's easier from what you know?
I feel like it'd be easier in real life for sure. Cause you don't know what the fuck's going on through the phone. Like it's like that, bro. If you were just in the studio and this big ass artist pulls up and you the producer in there, like and I know it don't happen like that all the time, but you got more of a chance to be like actually lock in, like, yo, this is me, this is what I do. Like over the phone, you really trying to prove yourself, like, and everyone's doing this shit, bro. The rapper probably get 100 DMs a day saying I fuck with you. This is where I came from. Let's work. Like,
Hmm.
and I feel like that does help because I feel like you can look at my shit and I've been debating on taking all that shit out of my bio. But real talk, I feel like they see that shit and they're like, okay, he's worked with this dude, this dude, this
Okay.
dude. Like yeah, like okay, he's worked with all these people, like, and these people don't just work with anybody. Like I'm gonna let him, send some shit. So I feel like that helps because it's just credibility for real. I remember not having any. I remember seeing people whenever I started, like, damn, he got all this shit in his bio. Like he got all these songs. I'm trying to do that. Now my shit so far, I don't even know who to put in that shit. Like I'll be switching that shit all the time. Like man,
After Sosa World 2, you will be able to like remove that shit.
I think so. I was debating on doing that shit after Social World 1, but I feel like after this one, I ain't gonna need that shit. I feel like I'm already pretty locked in with all these artists that I actually fuck with and want to build with. And like shit, if you want to see what I've done, bro, it's the same shit. Like take time and look at what I've done. I don't feel like the bio needs to explain that. I just feel like it definitely helps whenever you DM in like bigger artists to where they can be like, they don't gotta, they ain't gonna go on your shit and be like, oh, he worked with him. They gonna see your fucking name, click on it, see the bio, and be like, all right, for sure, like he's really doing this shit. So
Now, if people see like Sosa World and shit, they gonna know like,
mhm.
oh shit, he's the one that made
Yeah,
that. They wanna
exactly.
tap in and shit.
It's crazy too, because it'll be some shit like I done had hella people like even over like the PS4 or whatever. Like this was whenever I dropped it. And they're like whatever, like I'll be playing games and they're like someone will say something about it, like, oh, I produced this, and I'm like, oh word, like yeah, I'm a producer, like, oh, what's your name? I'll send it to like, yo, you produced this song, and like, yo, you really made this shit. And I'm like, yeah, like it's crazy just hearing people that are like, oh, I heard that shit, or like I've been had that in my playlist. Like that shit is crazy. And you never know, bro. They could just be capping, but it's like you never know, bro. It's just crazy the amount of love you get. Like, and I know people just be dick riding for real. Cause when I dropped that album, it's like everybody in my DM talking about you the hardest, you doing all this shit. Like some of it I'm sure was genuine, but you can tell, bro, when people are just like they trying to feed into that shit and like get in with you. But that's why I tell people, bro, you gotta keep it real. People can tell when you're being corny or like you're being fake. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that shit, that shit is see through.
Yeah. And what can we expect from like Sosa World 2? Like I know we can expect some like fire, but like
Yeah,
for you that made the beat and saw the song develop and shit, what
yeah,
people can expect.
bro. This shit's gonna be crazy. I'm making sure this shit's gonna be harder than the first one. Like I've really been taking my time on these beats, and it's like that stuff with Go Kart right now. It's like really making sure that I'm sending them what I want on the album, and not just sending off beats to like try to get a song. Like these are the beats that I'm trying to have on the album. They're crazy. Like in my opinion, they're crazy. They're hard. The shit, like I know it's gonna do well. If they get on that shit, like that's just gonna be hard. So right now, I'm about to go through the track list and write it. I think I got shit with Texaco, 1600J, Agolf, Shine Boy Cash, 10K Duncan, Auto 32. I gotta see about the shit with Dex. I gotta see about the shit with Babytron. Like I got Cedo. Like I got all of this shit in the vault right now. and I'm just like trying to pick and choose which ones I want, and then like trying to get more songs. So I'm really making sure it's some heavy hitters this time though. Like that shit is crazy, and it's the same thing. Like I said, bro, some of these songs you gonna see some of them got other producers on them that like I said, I got that dude a 10K Duncan placement
Mm-hmm.
2 days or yesterday. He sent that bitch back yesterday. And like he's one of those people that I actually do fuck with heavy. So like I've been working with him a lot lately and just been trying to like get him some of, probably some of the bigger songs he's produced. So
That's dope, man. And yeah, you said there's other producer on the tape, even on the first one, like you do
mhm,
collabs and shit.
yeah,
What can a producer do to like work with you? Besides like being good and shit, but what's your
yeah.
standard?
Bro, so my thing is like I used to use melodies a lot, like mainly just from people I know or like fuck with. Cause I get the same emails everyone gets. Like I'd be getting the same email from some random kid in New Zealand that be making 30 beats a day, like whatever. Like, bro, be flooding my email. And like I honestly don't look at that shit. And there's nothing against him, bro's grinding. Like that's just random. But like I really like I tell people like, yo, you can send me, I have no problem giving my email to anybody. You can send me melodies, but I cannot promise I'm going to use them. Like, I honestly never open my shit and I never go out of my way to use loops. If it's one of the like homies and they're like, hey, like, work on this shit, I'll be like, all right, I got you. Like, or same shit, I'll send some melodies to somebody. But I'll straight up tell people, like, yo, and I try not to be a dick, but I'm like, feel free to send me melodies anytime. Like, do that shit. I might use all of them. I might use none of them. It's like the only way to really like make sure I use that shit is like if you want to buy a collab. So, and it depends on the person. Like I said, like I don't do that shit to just anybody. It's more like if I'm really busy as fuck working on something certain and they're like, want to collab, like just throw me some bread. I'll do that shit right now. But other than that, like I can't promise I'm gonna do that shit, you know. I just got too much shit going on for real. And then it's producers, like it'll be that kid in your email. You get him a song, you get him the splits, and then he's complaining about like, oh, you ain't do this shit right, or I didn't get paid enough or something. And you're like, I just got you this song, I got you the splits, like everything's cool. Like I just don't like going through that shit. So I feel like I've been trying to just really focus on my own sound and like just work with the certain people I'm working with.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense, definitely. And like this is the thing I was wondering, like people be making loop pack, but I never understood like why would you want to like use a
Yeah.
melody that was already made by someone that you don't know that everybody
Mhm.
can go and buy and get.
I know people that do that. I feel like it's cool because I know people buy them, but it's like same shit. I mean, I'm not trying to use a loop that is on 4 different songs or people done heard whatever. Like, if I'm gonna make something, I try to do that shit where it's like I'll either make a melody right then and send it over, or like send me one that you just made. Like, I don't want to hear that shit nowhere else. So, but yeah, I feel that. I don't. That's like one reason I don't like that shit because you'll get an email from like of some loops from some random kid.
Hmm.
You'll look in the description to see who it sent it to, and that shit is this long, full of 100 other producers. You're like, so you just sent this shit to everybody. Like, why am I gonna use this shit if 100 people got it in their shit too? Like, you ain't even try to hide the fact that you did that. You just said fuck it. Like, I'm not about to use them. So,
And what's your definition of good music?
I feel like it just depends. I feel like ever since I like started making music, I have such a bigger appreciation for like all music. Just because even if I'm not a fan of like the genre or I don't listen to that shit for real, I can still like I respect whoever sat down and put the time in to make that. You know what I mean? Like, and shit be sounding good. Like it might not be a beat that I like, but the shit can still sound clean and you know what they were going for. Like it's really to me, I think good music is kind of what you make it, but I just have such like a bigger respect for almost all music now. Like I could hear a song that I do not like and be like, damn, like it's like the EDM shit. Like I'll be hearing that shit and I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. Like it might not really be what I like, but I'm like, someone really sat down and fucking made that shit. Like That's crazy as fuck. You try to sit down and make what they made, you might not be able to come up with nothing, and they just be doing that shit. Like,
Yeah. Could we ever expect like Sosa make like some crazy other type of music?
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to branch out. I got like I said, I'm trying to do like some R&B and pop shit. Like not even on that because I don't make shit like that. But I just locked in with a few artists that it's like that's what they make. I've been talking to their managers at A&Rs and they're like, yo, you should get us some shit like this. So I'm like starting to branch out and make a little bit of everything. But as of right now, bro, you probably just gonna expect my main sound. So but I'm always down to try some new shit. So
You fuck with the hyper pop plug and be wave.
I like I don't know. I fuck with like the plug and B shit a little. I don't really listen to like too many of the songs. I've made some shit like that, but it's just not really for me. I feel like the hyper pop shit is definitely not for me. I've been hit up for some of those beats. I probably made like three or four. I think there's this rapper. I don't know if you call her a rapper or not. Her name's Slay Loney. It was this dude named Chapo who
Mm-hmm.
was on the tape. It was his girl for the longest. I don't think they're together. I made some shit for her and it was all hyper pop and she put like an album out with a few of them. So that's like the only time I ever did that shit, bro. And that shit was wild that I even did that. So
What's your biggest satisfaction from your journey? It can be a placement or something that you look back and be like, damn, I did this shit.
I think the craziest one as of like recently is I was at work and I looked down at my phone because I was tapped in with the A&R. I looked down at my phone to see who was calling me and I did have the number saved and it was Babytron's like management. I thought it was his management number and it was a FaceTime call. And I hopped in that shit and it was him. And he was just in the studio chiefing, talking about, hey, bro, I'm about to get on this beat right now. And I was like, damn, like I look busted as shit, bro. I was at work fucking looking musty as hell. Like I was like, damn, bro, caught me lacking. Like shit is crazy. But bro, we chopped it up for a minute, like probably like 10 minutes. And he was just like, this shit hard. Fucking got on that shit. And bro, sent it back like literally 10 minutes later, like the whole session, bro, the whole session. So like, it's even to the point where me and the other producer, because it's another producer on that one too. And I was like, hey, like we have everything. So if we even want to make a different beat or like touch things up, you know what I'm saying? Because that's some Detroit shit. And I'd never made any Detroit shit till then. Like that beat on that shit is crazy, bro. Like I never made some shit like that. It's like some 80s fucking cocaine type shit. Like I can't even describe it, bro. I wish I could play it because that beat is insane. But that's probably the craziest shit as of recent because I was like, dang, bro, like he really fucking just FaceTime me out of nowhere. And that's like right before he got double XL and shit. It's like shit, it's crazy.
Damn, I forgot he was on double XL
He just
shit.
got on that shit, which he's just popping right now. So it's like I've been talking to the other producer. I'm like, man, bro, we gotta start hitting him and like tell him to drop this shit. It's like right now that man is hyped up. So it's like, man, I'm just hoping.
Yeah. And like from all the shit that went on and shit, I guess like you probably had, some down moments and shit, or some moment you were like, damn, like I don't know if is that shit producing shit gonna work. What kept you going, basically?
I feel like you get in like because it could be like that, bro. I feel like people look at me right now and they're like, man, you could just send a beat out and get a song back right now. Like, that's not the case, bro. Some of these songs I'm getting back right now, I didn't send the beat out a year ago or 6 months ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't talked to this man in this long. It's like the famous Dex shit, bro. I sent his A&R pack 2 years ago. I got that shit back like 6 months ago. Like you just never know. Like if the pack's there, it's there. They might have held on to the beat, so this shit fire and just stash that shit away. You never know. Like, but that's my main thing, bro. I'll go on like you might have beat block or really not feel it. I'll take like a couple day break of just like, all right, I'm gonna get my mind right, whatever. And shit, on the fucking break, you could get a song back, like right then, like someone could hit your email, like, yo, this shit crazy. Like I just made this. And you hear that shit and you're like, damn, like, all right, I'm gonna get back to work. Like I feel like that's the biggest motivation for me is either having someone hit me up being like, your shit's crazy, like let's work. And I'm like, damn, like I've been trying to work with this man. Or shit like that where you get a song back and you're like, all right, I gotta get back to it. Like I gotta keep it going and keep having shit like this happen. Like that's my biggest motivation right now.
I feel like some shit like that, like it's gonna keep happening because maybe you might feel down, but then you look at your phone and like you see, oh shit, he want to work with me. Then you get back up again. Then you keep going. That shit happens so much. It's like
Yeah,
you will never want to stop. Basically,
exactly, bro. It's real. I feel like you just gotta get the ball rolling. Like once you start getting the shit, like you start, because I told you, bro, I used to be a nerd with it, bro. I sit every day after work. I would send out a pack of beats to every email I had, even if that shit was coming back saying, this shit been full for 5 years, bro. Stop sending that shit. Like I was hitting everything in my phone, just like hoping. And that's where it's like random. I might get a song back tomorrow that I didn't send out. I just had I have mail tracker on my shit, which I haven't used in forever. But I got a notification like 2 days ago that some rapper opened my shit from like 3 years ago. Like what the fuck? Like how does that shit even happen? Like that shit like that though, you never know, bro. You start send your shit out, that shit can happen at any moment.
what is your biggest milestone, or like something that you want to reach in this music shit, or just in life?
I'm trying to get off of this music shit. I'm trying to get a plaque. I feel like I'm trying to hit the billboard and I'm trying to get a plaque. Like I didn't hit the charts off of some shit, but I don't even really count that shit. Or like I feel like people put that shit in their bio. Like I'm really trying to have some motherfucking shit right there, bro. Right there. I'm trying to have that bitch talking about right. He did this shit. He did this shit. Like I definitely want to hit. I feel like my next milestone will be like 1 million plays, like all on my shit, not across, because I think I touched that. But I feel like on my shit personally, my personal page, I'm trying to hit 1 million plays. Like, and after this album, I feel like my shit gonna jump up because my first shit did really well, and this shit about to be even crazier. So I feel like that's the biggest thing I've been reaching for is trying to lock in and get a plaque or just do something major. Really put your name on the map.
What is your biggest principle, like something that you stand on, a key to life, or like a quote, whatever, something that represents you?
Shit, that's a tough one. Shit, I don't know, bro. It's kind of the same shit. Like, be true to yourself. Like, don't just do something to do it, or like especially the people that follow trends, kind of like, bro, find something that's really you and do that shit. Like, I feel like once I found my lane in this music, like whatever, like I feel like I've stuck with it and really like built on it. And I still have a long way to go. Don't get me wrong, but it's the main thing. I did a lot of everything until I found like what really clicked.
Mm.
So I would definitely say, especially if you're starting, try everything. There's no rules, so really try everything, bro. You're gonna learn that program. You're gonna learn instruments, whatever, and just find out what you want to do and what's your best lane.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Who is Sosa behind the beats type shit? Like, what can
Yeah,
people
bro.
can expect from you whenever they meet you, or like, what do you do every day? Because you say you like to go out to clear your mind and shit.
Shit, bro. I really just be making beats, but like right now, I'm trying to think. Like I don't know. I've been chilling. I'll go out with my girl, or like I try not to go to the clubs too much or anything. Like I really been trying not to do that. I say that we went last night, so it was like really not trying to do all that right now, just to like really focus up. But shit, anything, bro. I mean, just go kick it with friends, or go do say even if I'm just kicking it, like just out of the shit. I feel like that's the main thing. My shit's right here, and that's the hardest thing about it is like you really have to have some work ethic and like really tell yourself every day like I gotta do this because you could sit down right here, make a beat, it's trash, and you could just shut that shit down and go do something else. Like you really got to make sure that you're telling yourself like, hey, like I don't care what you got to do, bro. You're going to sit down for an hour, 2 hours, and you're going to end up with something like no matter what. Like, you really have to have that work ethic. But other than that, bro, I was just say, if you met me in person, like, I'm chill. I ain't got really no problem with doing nothing with nobody. So, like, if we link up, shit, I'm just down. I'm trying to cook. Like, that's my only thing. Like, let's actually get to it, bro. We can talk, we can kick it, but like, I'm trying to really, really be putting shit out. Like,
For sure. Do you have any last word for the people that's watching? What can they expect? Like from, I know you already talked about that, but Sosa too, man.
Sosa
Like,
World 2. That's the only shit right now. I got a lot of music dropping with artists. Like I said, I got that shit with Cito and Warhols. I think some other shit with Cito. I got shit with Tony Snow and Mondo Jackson on the way. Like, I just have hella shit tucked coming out like in its own time. And then Sosa World 2. I'm working on that shit. I got 2 songs back for yesterday. I got more shit on the way. Like, everything's in motion for it. So I can't really put a date on it yet, but just know that shit coming up. And hopefully that's gonna go 10 times harder than Sosa World. So we're gonna see how it plays, but I'm really trying to make sure that this should get out right. So same shit. I'm always down to work with anybody, bro. I feel like I didn't been turned down so many times. I'm like, just feel free to hit me up, but it's like that. Just don't be on no cornball shit, or like, don't be fake, bro. I can see through that shit. If you really trying to do something and you have motion, tap in with me, bro. I feel like I always tell people like it's like that, the whole melody thing. Like, y'all can send me shit all the time. I can't promise I'll use it. But if I open that shit in this hard, I'm probably gonna tap back in with you and say, let's really lock in. Like, it's the same thing with the artist. If you send me the shit I want to hear, that's that. Like, you could have 2 followers. If you sending me some hard shit, like, damn, bro, you fired. Like, let's lock in. So
hell yeah, man. We was on Willie's Mind. We are Prod.By Sosa. Make sure y'all check out his link, all his beats, his email in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go work with him. And Sosa World 2 on the way. Yeah,
sir.
make sure y'all tap in with that, man. It's your boy Dark, who was on Willie's Mind. And we're gonna be back with some more, man. Let's get it.